Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and I am at Knott's Berry Farm for one reason and one reason only, and that is the Timber Mountain Log Ride turns 50 years old today. The landmark attraction that premiered in 1969, July 11th, to be specific, to roaring crowds, including an opening ceremony led by John Wayne himself, happened 50 years ago today in just this very spot I will be coming up upon in just a moment. It's crazy to think that I'm able to visit this pretty historic day, in all honesty, for the second ever log flume built, if that gives you any idea of how crazy this attraction was at the time, as well as the fact that it was the first ever themed log flume. So let's head over there. Silver Bullet is still a hard close right now. The transfer track has been moved back over to its regular place, but neither of the trains are on the track right now. So not entirely sure what's going on. It's not even listed on the website as closed. So this is going to be an interesting couple weeks for Silver Bullet, probably. So as we're coming closer to the ride itself, I just wanted to mention that we ended up getting a button for free for just walking into the park. And this is a really cool artwork that they have that you can actually buy in poster form that's signed by the original artist. But as we're coming up on it, kind of crazy to think that this building right here is 50 years old today. That's crazy to me. Now, of course, a lot has changed around this area, around the Timber Mountain Log Ride itself, because, I mean, heck, look at hang time right here. That's probably the newest addition to this sight line. And then Accelerator, Sky Cabin, Supreme Scream, and even Silver Bullet have all changed from what originally was there when the Timber Mountain Log Ride opened back in 1969. So I do feel like the Timber Mountain Log Ride, as well as the Calico Mine Ride, don't get enough credit in the landscape of all the parks today, especially within Europe as well as Disney parks, because these rides were really one of the main factors in Disney going more of a theming route, as well as how they did their queues, as well as how they just did things in general. And I'll talk a little bit about that later, but it's quite remarkable what an impact both the Timber Mountain Log Ride as well as the Calico Mine Ride really had. And while the Calico Mine Ride is now being overshadowed quite literally by hang time in its background, it's still quite the amazing ride and quite the significant ride as well. Now, as significant as the Timber Mountain Log Ride, one could argue that it definitely is not, but I just wanted to recognize it just for a little bit today. I really do appreciate that they have this sign out front saying that it's celebrating 50 years today. It's nice. Now, of course, this ride has a lot of historical significance with it, especially in the theme park world, but this also has quite the significance in my family, because my dad was actually a ride operator on this attraction for multiple different years back decades ago, probably when this ride was celebrating its 25th anniversary at the park. But it's also where my parents got their engagement pictures. Yeah, that's right, I come from a theme park family, that's for sure. Now, while this ride doesn't get exactly the lines that it used to back in the day, this ride still actually has one of the longest waits in the park, which I believe it is an hour plus wait right now, and I think it's much deserving after 50 full years of quite hard service. Now, of course, after 50 years, a lot of the pieces and set pieces inside of the ride have gotten damaged, of course, and many of them have been replaced with either brand new versions of what just was there, or maybe even different versions of what was there. And believe it or not, those are some of my buddies right there. That's Drake, Tim, and Michael. They don't know I'm here. It's okay. It's fine. But I'm sure they just enjoyed their ride on the Timber Mountain Log Ride. But I wanted to say that they actually redid a lot of the animatronics and set pieces inside a couple years back. I believe it was 2013 or 2014 now. Maybe even a little later than that they actually went in and changed even some of the storyline inside to bring it up to more of a modern state with some of the animatronics inside. And that was all done by Garner Holt, and you can see their footprint all over this park as well as the Disney parks, because they also redid Calico Mine Ride, as well as Bigfoot Rapids, which is now Calico River Rapids, all because of Garner Holt. Garner Holt Productions has done many different things for tons of different parks around the world, mainly here and at Disneyland. So speaking of Mike and Tim and Drake, we are now with them, and Mike won this really cool poster that you can see is actually, it's on the pen as well, but it's really cool to actually see a poster version of it.
And also, if you buy a 6x8 picture, you get a free Timber Mountain Log Ride.
Oh, that's such a cool pin, actually.
But you can buy it separately for $7.99.
And how much is the 6x8 picture?
If you have a Fun Picks Pass, it's $5 print, but a regular one will be probably about $19.
It's $6.89 with the Platinum Pass discount.
Yeah.
Okay, I might just, well, I gotta get a picture, don't I? Oh, man. All right. All right, let's go through the entrance. It is an hour wait as of right now, but if you could see through the glare, it says the Timber Mountain Log Ride Hootenanny is tonight. I love that addition of the new sign. We're about to hop in line right now, but I decided I'm gonna buy some merch. So I bought one of these commemorative booklets for $10, and then I got 2 shirts for the Timber Mountain Log Ride, one for me, one for my dad. So speaking of the merch though, let's get on the ride. So, one ride in the front row later, I can definitely say that there were quite a few changes to the ride, and it was really nice to see those changes. A couple new animatronics, a couple things got touched up on, which is great news. I also, since I sat front row, got very wet, as you can see my glasses, but it was great to get on it today. We'll probably get on it a little later on to get on it just for the heck of it again, because it is the 50th anniversary today, so we might as well celebrate that as much as possible, because it really is a landmark attraction, and I want to recognize it as that, really. So we'll see if we get a little wet a little later on Calico as well, because we might go to River Rapids maybe a little later, but as of right now, we're gonna hope to get a little more dry. So the line is still upwards of an hour, but it was great to get on this butte today. We'll probably get on it once more, but right now we're gonna do some other stuff similar to Accelerator. And by that I mean roller coasters. So let's head over to Montezuma's Revenge, actually.
Today,
That
we
was-
have a Spice-alicious Barboonski episode of Spinning Turntables featuring Tim Tracker. Subtracting the tracking part, it's just him. There he is, he's going down.
He's doing super fast.
Do you want to keep going? What is my life?
Once you're ready, please step up rescue line. Hold on to the handrail in front. Please step carefully into the car in front of you. Please place all the
Sierra sideline, you're going down the hill, going down the hill, going down the hill. Then we got Jack Wire going in a little bit of a double. Jack Wire. Sure is that 2x2, 2x2, 2x2. It's you can hear some screeching. It's a little concerning. It's probably okay. We're getting WD-40 in the party. That's what's Yeah, you're not rock and roll. Let's get it, boys.
All right, we're about to eat some early dinner, almost like dinner, but let's go to the Boardwalk Barbecue to eat because we're pretty hungry after our ride on Montezuma's Revenge.
Thank you, toy bear.
And here we have the sign that gives it Tomorrowland by Trans. Pull up in your Model X with your Model X. Tires are flat.
It's a good question. It's actually a good question, Zach. Anyone know? Please comment down below.
Here we have the one and only hang time maker. We're slower than the big coach. He's going to be going down the stall. He's going to be trying to do the one and only, what is it called? Flip reset. And he's coming around. Justin keeps it alive. He's going to be going for the ceiling shot. Dude, there's a current. Triangles over and over again, and then you just sit there, you just think about life, you just think about why you're here, why. Those brakes shuffle up the lift. Good beat going on. Here, when you're going up the lift, you're just like, like, why did I pay the $45 to get here? Like, and I drove out here too, and that's like an extra $30 because like California kind of sucks on gas.
So we actually just got a front row ride on Hang
Got
Time.
off the Savis. We built another lightsaber. It was pretty cool. Insert clip now.
No. No, stop.
And we're back, guys.
Stop hitting. That's so stupid. But we had a pretty good ride on Hang Time in the front row. It was nice to actually be in the front row again. I definitely prefer front row at night. I would definitely say at day it's not the best for sure. But right now we're actually going to go over to Calico River Rapids because it is a little hot and humid still. So we're going to get hopefully a little wet on that and then probably ride Timber Mountain one more time. And then after that, I don't know, probably Ghost Rider. So not too many rides in today, but it's more of a relaxed day and more to just celebrate 50 years of Timber Mountain, even though we're not really doing that at the moment. So let's go on Calico River Rapids though.
What is the point of sending? No, it's very far.
Don't subscribe to Calico Coasters.
An actually good coaster. Oh, sorry.
So we had quite the ride on Calico River Rapids. Actually, a really good one. My entire back is soaked, so I'm totally doing the belly thing with my bag right now. But right now, we're actually heading over to Ghost Rider to ride that. So we're actually going to check the line first, and then we'll get in line probably. But let's get in line for Ghost Rider, shall we?
Says I'm not cold because I'm cold and too close. Everyone freaking press F in the chat for exactly watching. Also subscribe to Calico Coasters.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that.
As the lift hill crests over the lift.
Wait, as the lift hill crests over the lift? What? Do it.
I did that legit once.
It is silver.
It's a silver. Well, like they call it silverware, and sometimes it's not even silver.
So we just rode Gold Train at the back of the train. I think my hair says it all. So good. So, whoa. I kind of want to stay for a night ride because that was so good.
Give it probably another 5 years now. Or what?
I give it a decade.
For it to be a landmark?
Yeah.
A Ghost Rider?
So Summer Nights has just started up, and this is my type of band for this type of thing. This is really cool. So it's really a beautiful night, or you could say a wonderful world with the song that's playing right now. But they do have a derby car race right here next to where the train usually goes by. And that will not be operating until the 15th, just to let you know. But the mine ride's looking great. It's a nice and lovely golden hour. Man, do I love this band playing right now.
Check out my Instagram. Drew will post a link right here.
Okay, but yeah, So check out all the little games that they have here. Whoa, that was unexpected. Oh, all those kids were dabbing. Anyways, oh, that's so cool. He's playing with a slide whistle. But there is also Giant Connect 4, Giant Checkers, all the works. It's really cool at Summer Nights. Okay, these guys are stupid talented. He's playing it with a jaw harp right now. Like, dude. Now a little switch in tone. So I think this switch in tone definitely justifies our next ride on the Timber Mountain Log Ride. Let's go ride it, guys.
This is the Calico Mine ride. This is the So this is apparently a really good angle, a sky cabin.
All right, let's go indulge on another ride on the Timber Mountain Log Ride. It is now a 45-minute wait, so the wait's getting a little shorter, but not by much. Well, let's go have some fun. It really is a beautiful sunset hour. I will say that.
We got guests.
Oh my gosh, we just got really wet and I didn't record that. Oh yeah, I did. Man, I love this ride. Woo! Hey, it's a wolf. Oh, this guy's having some fun. Trick or treat, hey there. Oh man, oh look, it's a cougar. Hi buddy. All right, let's go down that drop. So after our second very great ride on the brand newly done Timber Mountain Log Ride with its extra music as well as some extra figures, you can see that Zach has purchased the actual poster and it is signed by the artist, which is really cool. This was $25, and then he also got the special commemorative edition for the Timber Mountain Log Ride, which I got as well. And that's just got a ton of pictures from over the years, and it's really cool that Knott's is selling these. It's crazy to think that this ride has lasted 50 years as well as it has. Most rides either shut down or have crazy things happen to them, but I'm glad this iconic structure is still pretty close to how it was. Of course, there's been tons of changes over the years, but it's still basically the same ride, and I'm so happy for that. Not saying it.
Actually, it was a bonus.
Don't you love hearing all the cables?
just filming a vlog. Here we go. Because it might be Drew with the footage, the track screen, now it's blue. It's more blue than green. It's gonna be blue and now it's gonna be like that. And it changes colors because it's cool. Yeah.
So now you can see the lovely nighttime lighting of both the classics at Knott's Berry Farm. It's about 8:40 now. The sun's finally pretty much down all the way, but both of them are looking great right now. So we must now bid our separate ways to the world famous Timber Mountain Log Ride. It's been great riding this thing twice today, as well as too many times to count before in the past 50 years. And I gotta say a big thank you to Bud Hurlbut, who was the main designer of the log flume in general, as well as this ride and Calico Mine Ride. It's really just an amazing feat that this ride has lasted this long and it's been this important to the industry. It's probably one of the most important in pretty much any theme park's history, because the log ride was all Bud Hurlbut's idea, and then it spawned into this. It's crazy. I'm kind of at a loss for words, but I will miss this thing in the next couple days because I can't wait to get back on this again, and hopefully, you never know, maybe I'll ride this in 50 years time, but only time will tell. All right, with the summer nights colors all around now, because it is fully summer nights. It's almost 9 o'clock now. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. We are now officially on our way out with this beautiful band playing. I gotta find out their name. I'm gonna look at the sign real quick for that. Corey Jim and the Wabash Whalers. I love that. They're great.
Orange lights, they're light. This ride literally is a beauty, and it's a beast. Yeah, you focus on that. Yeah.
So a pretty fantastic day at Knott's Berry Farm today, just because we got to celebrate so much history in the Timber Mountain Log Ride. It was really great to reminisce over all the times that we've had on the Timber Mountain Log Ride personally, as well as, I mean, just historically. The ride is probably one of the most significant rides out there, so it was great to celebrate its 50th at the park, and who knows, maybe we'll be there for 100th. I mean, it's possible, technically. Whether we'll be able to ride it or not, we'll see. But until then, we'll see you on the next ride.